Alright, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another edition of 5-Star Supreme Wrestling with American Influence. We're here for September, the September pay-per-view, Japan Slam, and we do have something pre-booked for Japan Slam. We have, I hit the wrong fucking thing, I have the tag team titles will be defended as Torment Sorrow will defend their belts against the team of Eri Sato and Romi Yamato. They aren't an official team yet, however, they have been on quite the hot streak as of late, as a team in 2v2 matches, Eri and Romi are undefeated in total matches, where it's like a 4v4 or a 3v3, and Eri and Romi are on the same team. They only have one loss total. They are white hot, and they will be getting a tag team title shot at Japan Slam 2022. Other than that, we have kind of a new stable. I haven't made it here yet, as it's not really a stable yet, as Maya and the TermiNation, Unstoppable Tai, and Toku Kijimura have formed kind of an alliance, sort of, I think. I don't really know, as Maya and the TermiNation have said that they're going to be working together as their own unit. They don't need a name just yet because they're too focused on taking down Fuyuko Higa, Jemi Onishi, and all of Apex, who have kind of been running roughshod ever since they formed officially. And you know, they haven't had a squeaky clean record, but on pay-per-view it is pretty hard to deny their fucking, their success, I guess, as the last pay-per-view, the only match where a member of Apex lost was a one-on-one match. So when they team up, members of Apex get shit done. And Maya says that Miwako may not be too happy with stables, but she doesn't care, as she's going to be leading this charge, and hopefully recruit some more people along the way, aka during this tour. Will she try to recruit Miwako? That's for us to find out. And other than that, I think the only thing to note is that due to the stipulation at the end of Hall of Fame, whoever was pinned or submitted, because the Persian Queens lost, whoever was pinned or submitted is not allowed to challenge for the world title as long as Fuyuko Higa is champion. That person happened to be our icon, Yuma Maruya. And yeah, so during this reign, if Higa loses it and wins it back, it doesn't carry over. Just during this reign, Maruya is not allowed to challenge Higa for her championship. Other than that, I think we just got to get straight into it to see how it unfolds. Alright, here for the first tour day of 5SSW Japan Slam, and kind of unintentionally, for the second tour in a row, after dominating at the pay-per-view, Apex are going to be taking the night off. For the most part, I believe I have Sei Akutagawa in a match, but other than that, everybody else is just kind of keeping it easy. Heart Saito has been getting booking tips continuously, and she's at a 33, so hopefully by the time, she'll eventually make it to the pay-per-view. To the booking team. Alright, I don't have any creative finishes. I don't think anything else I've got to get into. So, opening the show, we got Rika Rina defeating Mitsu and Sayuri, 48. Second Young Lion match, because I start all my shows with 3 Young Lion matches to develop the Young Lions. Eri Sato and Romi Yamato, 52. Romi is a lot better, and I'm kind of upset I haven't been using her that much until now. She's a lot better than I thought she'd be, and Eri Sato has given me much better performances the more I use her as well. And to finish it off, we have Hoshiko defeating Akira. I have all of the quad squad, as I've been calling, down to the mat in Rika Arena in an angle later, so I thought I'd use them at least. But yeah, 47. So first things first, a 60 rated match, as Sei Akutagawa and Hana Ajibana have pretty good chemistry, and it lifted the match, getting this Steal the Show match a nice clean 60, as Sei Akutagawa, the only member of Apex with enough balls, figurative balls, to work a beginning of a tour show, and she pins her with the Northern Lights bomb and gets the win. After the match, though, the rest of the quad squad come out and help Hana Ajibana up. And, Sei begins to leave, but she turns around and she just kind of looks at everyone like, it's not really my business, but, I hate to be the one to tell you that you guys know there's only one set of tag titles. I'm a student of the game. I've seen how things go. Just don't be surprised when one team takes the advantage and turns on the other team for their own personal gain. That's all I'm going to say. And they shoo her off, and they're acting like, oh, no, whatever. She's just talking out her ass. She's trying to, whatever. She's just fucking an asshole. But then, the mood's kind of completely changed within the quad squad right now. But yeah, 54 for that angle. Following that, we have Icon Idols versus Best Ever's Lucha X Stone and Connie Morris. And the big three, the powerhouses Heart Saito, Megumi Nakajima, and Yuma Maruya, pick up the victory here in 15:29 when Megumi pins Kade Sugiyama with the Nakajima straitjacket. 61 rated segment. And then following that, we get a promo where Yuma Maruya, she's like, look, she's talking to the fans. She says, look, I'm not able to challenge for the world title for God knows how long. Fuyuko Higa is going to have a stranglehold on that thing. But it doesn't mean I can't continue to fight and win for everybody here that supports me, that supports Icon Idols, and that most importantly, that supports the Persian Queens, because I'm going to put my sole focus on the Persian Queens winning the upcoming Tag Team Grand Prix. And, it gets a semi-big reaction, hearts clapping, happy heart. And Megumi, she's like, she's not mad. She tries really hard to not look mad. However, she does look at Mayuma and say, I'm able to challenge for the world title. But yeah, sure. No, let's focus on winning the Tag Team Grand Prix. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Let's focus on winning the Tag Team Grand Prix and dominating the tag team division. And a 63 rated angle. And we main event with the best rating you can possibly get, guys. We did it already. That's crazy. 64 as Maya and the TermiNation teaming with Maya's best friend Miwako Katsukawa defeat Best Ever's Team Sub and the Uprising in a 20-minute match when Maya submits Chieko Kita with the triangle choke. And we all knew it was going to happen. But Maya makes a pitch to Miwako. Like, Miwako, I know you've been burned one too many times, maybe even two too many times with all the stables coming around. And, however, as much heart as me and the TermiNation have, we aren't going to be able to do this without you. We aren't going to be able to take on Apex in this unnamed unit without you, Miwako. And, look, we're asking you to join this, kind of thing we got going on, I guess. And Miwaku's like, Maya, I love you. I really do love you. But if you want to make a unit, you're going to have to find somebody else. And she walks off, kind of abandoning her friend. But Maya kind of gets it. She was just really hoping against hope here. 61 rated show, 61 rated angle, 62 rated show. We made, holy fuck, we made $3,900. Holy shit. Oh my god, we blew our ticket sales out the fucking water. Oh my god, holy Jesus. Alright, and we're bigger in Shikoku. Hell yeah. Night 1 in the books. Let's fucking get it. Alright, coming in to Tour Day 2, we of course are going to do the exact same thing. Apex had their night off. Now I've made sure to book all of them. And yeah, so they're going to be in the main event as Higa, Jemmy, Sei, and Monster are teaming up against the Quad Squad. That's right, the Quad Squad. Yuma, the Persian Queens, Eri and Romi have a match against Best Ever. And in the Steal the Show, we'll find out. I can't remember. I just booked it. I can't remember what I've done. It was Nami and Asami, that's right, against Torment Sorrow. All are slightly overused. That is more than fine. But to kick off our Young Lion matches, High Fly Royalty get a 50 against Kiyomi and Sayuri. There's a 43 as Kaori and Chitose beat Aikura and Mitsumomo Tani. And the final Young Lion match we have is Zofia Jankovic pulling a fucking 54, personal rating of 60 out of Fuyuko. And she cuts a quick promo. Like, look, I've been in 5SSW for 4 months now. I'll be honest, I didn't get out to the hottest start. However, I'm finally picking up some steam, and I'm tired of waiting around, waiting for things to happen. Starting today, starting the next show, I'm going to start making things happen. I'm going to be going for some championships here in 5SSW. 44 rated promo. We then get Nami Genda, the young upstart that nobody, including the fucking head booker, expected to win a match, taking on the tag champs. However, Lightning did not strike twice. And, the tag champions, Torment Sorrow, have taken the victory here, as Yu Hashimoto kind of cuts a promo. Bullshit, she's got a gimmick that's getting stale. Fuck. Alright, I'll change that immediately after this show, hopefully, if I remember. Let me type it in the chat so it's right next to me. Yu needs a new gimmick, guys. Alright, that's my own reminder to myself right in the chat. You will be able to see it on the replay. The Torment Sorrow, they kind of cut a quick promo where it's like, Romi, Eri, you guys are great challengers. And we granted you this, we granted you the title match because, first off, you deserve it. Second off, eventually, Devil and Sensational would have given it to you anyway. But, most importantly, we think you're easy. We think you're faux challengers. We think we got you in the bag. And, Romi, come pay-per-view time, you're going to realize that, you're going to wish you picked some better friends to go up to bat with, because Icon Idols just ain't gonna cut it the same way that Apex is gonna cut it. And a 66 rated segment for that. 69 for the best ever. Surprisingly defeating Eri Sato Romi Yamato and the Persian Queens, making this the second time ever since Eri and Romi have teamed up. In general, they've taken the loss. They're still undefeated in 2v2 matches, but when teaming up with other people, they are now 2 losses deep, as Etsuko submits Eri Sato with the Arihoshi lockdown. And after the match, Etsuko talks directly to Icon Idols, and she's like, I don't care who you two think you are. I'm gonna do everything in my fucking power to get me and Chieko another tag title match. And so God help me, if you guys fuck up my plan to win the Tag Grand Prix, because apparently that's the only fucking way I'm going to get another title match. That's the only way we'll get another title match, is to win this Grand Prix. And if anybody, including 2 of the best wrestlers in the world, in this company, are in my way, we're going to bulldoze right through you, just like we did tonight. 64 rated angle, and it's time for the main event. And guys, when in doubt, what do? We birds of prey it out, as they pull a 70. Fuyuko gets a 76 rated performance. Apex defeat the Quad Squad here in a pretty good match after Jemmy pins Rina Kasahara with the flying dagger leg drop. And we get a quick, not like physical altercation per se, but down to the mat, and Rina begin to kind of bicker at each other at what the fuck was that? Why didn't, let's say, who took the pin? I think it was just Rika took the pin. Rena, one of those two took the pin. They're like, why didn't you help us? And it's like, whoa, we couldn't. We were fucking ambushed by the other people. And it's like, okay, yeah, sure. And, they're fighting, and then they see Sei just kind of looking at them, just with a, like a shit-eating, not a shit-eating grin, but just kind of a wink and a nod kind of thing. And then they kind of stop. And the tension's still there, but they walk off together because they don't want to prove Sei Akutagawa right in any form. As, these dogs, if we have discovered, do not enjoy the tensions of the Quad Squad. They are big Quad Squad fans. Holy shit. I think they've calmed down. That was Quad Squad walking up the ramp. That's why they calmed down. But yeah, afterwards, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Right, so Fuyuko and Jemmy, they grab a promo. They grab a mic, and they essentially say, Maya, TermiNation, you were talking a lot of shit. It's time for you to back it up at the pay-per-view. Whatever match you want, we'll deliver on. and they get a 64 for that. Finish the show, 67 rated angle, rated show. Good shit. $3,800, not $38,000. That'd be too good. But yeah, another financially successful tour show in the books as we get into day number 3. All right, time for tour day number 3. We got a fun main event as the big 4 of Apex, Birds of Prey and Torment Sorrow will be main eventing up against a very, very odd pairing of Lucha X Stone and Wrestling Passion. Yes, a Icon Idols and Best Ever team up in the main event tonight, and more to come. Instead of embarrassing myself trying to remember what I just booked and failing, I'm just going to get straight into it. So we open the show. Chitose and Kaori pick up another victory against some young lions here as Kaori pins Ayuko. 43 for that match. 52 for the TermiNation, defeating Aikira and Sayuri Honda. And I did not order these right. Fuck me. Okay, I will fix that in a second. But let's do this real quick. So we get an 11-minute, 53-second match between the Rose Queens and High Fly Royalty in what was supposed to kick off the non-Young Lion portion of the show. However, I fucked up. But in a surprising turn of events, Zofia Jankovic pins the current Triangle Champion, Michiko Matsuda, with their tag finish, the Thorn to be Wild. I did come up with that, you're welcome. And yeah, Zofia picks up the victory immediately after saying she wants gold. And guess what she does? She makes her challenge, and now she's earned one for a championship. She makes it for Michiko Matsuda's current Triangle Championship. As she holds the belt high above her head, signals what she wants, and everyone in the arena knows eventually she will get it. Thank God this is not main eventing, as Kiyomi Mizuka and Nami Genda go at it. Weird placement. I don't know who would put that there. 44 for that. Up next, we get another fun singles match as Etsuko, the interim pseudo leader of Best Ever while Shiori Japensha is injured, defeats Kinye Mushishibo, and she takes a quick minute to just cut a promo like, I've been really focused lately on getting me and my right-hand woman, Chieko Kita, our rightfully deserved tag title rematch, that I've kind of realized I haven't been hard enough as the interim leader, as the self-appointed interim leader of Best Ever, and I'm seeing a lot of failures amongst Best Ever, not just from me, but more so from my underlings. And I might have to make some changes going forward. 46 rated angle. A perfect 64 as Miwaku Katsukawa teams up with the Quad Squad. And unfortunately, the Quad Squad take another loss teaming up here as Asami Okubo, Eri Sato and Romi, and the Uprising, another weird Icon Idols Best Ever team up here, get the victory against down to the mat Rika Rina and Miwako as Romi Yamato pins Hoshiko with the Yamatotal and gets the victory. And then we have another slightly more intense this time. There is some pushing and a lot of loudmouthing, and then Miwako's like, what the fuck is this? Whoa. Look, I know what's going on. Look, I know firsthand how much of a prick Sei Akutagawa can be. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, whatever she's saying, whatever she said to you, it's just not true. You guys are a proven commodity. We've all seen with our own two eyes, the Quad Squad were able to get shit done. Whatever she's doing, she's just trying to do it for her and Apex's personal gain. And they immediately stop, and they're like, fuck, okay, yeah, sure, right. Alright, the tension's still there, but it's a lot less so after Miwako interjected and is like, you guys are friends, what the fuck, you should have each other's backs. Next segment, we have our main event. Holy fuck. 73, because when in doubt, you already know. The big 4 of Apex, Torment Sorrow, and Birds of Prey defeat Lucha X Stone and Wrestling Passion in 1745 when Yu Hashimoto pins Paige Croft with the end game. And at the end of the last tour, Jemmy and Fuyuko were like, Maya, TermiNation, you were talking shit. Now it's time to set up a match. And that's exactly what we get. Maya and the TermiNation, they come out and they're like, We want to kill you as an Apex, not Fuyuko. We don't want you to die. We're not like that. We want to kill Apex. We want to burn the stable to the ground, and we think the best way to do that is to take on the heart and soul of this stable, U4. We want a 4v4 match. We'll find somebody else. We want a 4v4 match at the pay-per-view. And Fuyuko Jemmy are like, well, we'll slow the fuck down. No. Our girls, Torment and Sorrow, got to defend their tag titles already. And then you and Maki, they step in and they stop them. And you is the one to say it. This isn't a fucking dissension thing. You's just saying it because Maki can't cut a promo. You says, no, you know what? No. Because if these three little shits want to talk all that shit, then I feel like it's only justified that we back it up. We'll do double duty that night. We'll talk to Devil. We'll get the tag title match to go on earlier. We're pretty confident in that match. We want to take on Maya, the TermiNation, and any other poor fucker that they get to team with them. And the match is set. Apex's Birds of Prey and Torment Sorrow will take on Maya, the TermiNation, and somebody else whenever Maya and them can find someone at the pay-per-view. And that will be our main event as we get a 69 on this tour show. We made $3,700. We're rolling in dough. Let's get it. Bang. And it's time to get to the midpoint way of the video. Tour day number 4. Alright, it is time for the midway point of the Japan Slam Tour. What do we got tonight? We got some more Icon Idols versus Best Ever in this feud between Yuma and Etsuko that's been boiling over. Maya's going to be teaming up with Thea Davis, and the TermiNation are going to be teaming up with Asami Okubo. Hopefully one of them will want to go to war along with Maya and the TermiNation. It's kind of going to be a hard sell, but they're going to try it. And then we also do have a Triangle Championship qualifier, as Zofia Jankovic earned her spot in the match last show by pinning Machiko. But you know the rules of the Triangle Championship. You got to have 3 competitors. So, Kaori, let me get a picture of them. Kaori, Takanouchi, Kinye Mushishibo, and Nami Genda, the young upstart, are all getting their chance here tonight to earn their way into a Triangle Championship match. And, other than that, we got some Young Lion matches, so let's get straight into that. Say and Monster have no chemistry, but I haven't used them in a few shows, so they're out here opening. They still got a 50, so it's not a huge deal. But yeah, Yuko and Sayuri, 50, losing to Monster and Say. We also have Eri Sato and Romi Yamato keeping their 2v2 streak alive. But yeah, once teaming up with other people, it's kind of hard to get a win between these two. And finally, we have current Triangle Champion Michiko Matsuda getting a 43 against Mitsumo Motani right before we go into the Triangle Championship qualifier. And the young upstart Nami Genda pulls it off again. This time it was intentional, as she pins Kaori Takanouchi with the flying double knee, gets another surprise victory here, and earns the final spot in the Triangle Championship match at the pay-per-view. It will be Machiko defending her title against Nami Genda and Zofia Jankovic, and after the match, she kind of just comes out, and we have a little stare down between Machiko and Nami. But yeah, the young upstart, this all started because she accidentally won a match last tour, and now I'm giving her a title shot because fuck it, we're rolling with it. I'm not retconning that. I fucked up, but now I'm going to continue to own it. So 44 for that. Following that, we have Asami Okubo and the TermiNation successfully teaming up to defeat Best Ever's Lucha X Stone and Connie Morris and getting a 57. And you knew it was going to happen. The TermiNation, they make the pitch to Asami, but Asami says, look, I don't like Apex. I don't like them just as much as you, but I kind of got my own things going on right now, and I'm not willing to join up with you guys to take on Apex in the main event of the pay-per-view. 42 rated angle for that. They get turned down to the mat, and Thea Davis and Maya. Once again, Thea Davis and Maya, they are successful in this recruitment attempt so far. The match goes good, but how does the angle go? Well, Not quite as nice, Thea Davis is. She's like, look, Maya, you're cool and all, but I don't know you nearly well enough to be going to war with you. Like, look, I don't really care your opinions with Apex. I really don't care about this whole fucking war or whatever. I'm gonna support my real tag partner, Zofia Jankovic, in her attempts to get the Triangle title. You should probably, like, find, like, one of your actual friends to help you out. And Maya's just like, alright, fine, whatever, fuck it. Alright. 47 rated match. You know, that friend line kind of stung, because she had one. And then our main event gets a 62. I tore my abdominal. That sucks. Alright, that really sucks, actually. That's that. Oh, man, that probably hurt like a motherfucker, too. That probably really hurt. It probably really hurt tearing my abdominal like that. God damn. Alright. But other than me, like, ripping my abs into shreds, best ever, were unsuccessful when Megumi Nakajima pinned Selena's Valette with the straight jacket. And, yeah, I'm aware. I fucking felt it. And after the match, Etsuko, she's like, look, I warned you. If you two kept trying to continue to get into my way in our quest to get a new tag title shot, then we'll take matters into our own hands. Me and Chieko, we want you two at the pay-per-view, and Yuma's like, you know what? You're fucking on. It'd be a great warm-up match for us. It'd be a great hype match for the fans. Let's do it. Team Sub versus the Persian Queens at the pay-per-view. And Megumi's like, alright, fine. Alright, sure. Let's do it. You know what? Let's do it. I'll kick your ass too. 62 rated angle to end the show. We get a 60. Overall, decent little tour show. Oh, I gotta do more rewriting for the pay-per-view again. That's great. That's really nice to see. Cool. Really sweet, actually. Really kinda sweet. Torn abdominal. I've been really, you know what? I can't be too mad, because I've been really lucky with injuries going on, but, yeah, let me work some things around before tour day number 5. Alright, we are here for tour day number 5, and as, I guess not tradition, but, as I've been doing recently, I save my big stars for the final tour day and treat it as a go-home show. So tonight, day 5 is going to be all about finally solidifying the mid-card matches of Japan Slam. And we just kind of got a weaker card tonight, but I'm sure the girls will pull it out because they're still really good. They're just not as over. And we start the show with the Uprising defeating Kiyomi and Mitsu to get a 57. Both Selena and Talia got over a 60, so they're fucking crazy. 50 for High Fly Royalty versus Aikira and Yuka Osagawa. And Nami Genda picks up another victory, this time up against Sayuri Honda, in a cool, crisp 51 rated match. So we begin our non-Young Lion matches with Asami Okubo teaming up with Wounded Warriors, which is the new team name for the newest official team in 5SSW of Kaori, Takenouchi, and Chitose Ariwara. And I've called them Wounded Warriors because she's the battle warrior and she's wounded, you know. Because it's, again, her whole story is that she got fired or she got let go because she kept getting injury prone. But now she's back. She's lit a fire under her ass, and, yeah, so she's kind of owning it. Like, yes, I am wounded, but I've still got the fucking 5-star fighting spirit or whatever bullshit. And they beat Best Ever, Connie Morris, and Lucha X Stone in 10:33 when Chitose pins Kade Sugiyama with a victory roll, and this was our Steal the Show match. But afterwards, the Best Ever then jump the Wounded Warriors. Not Asami Okubo, she seems to get out of there pretty easily, but they jump the Wounded Warriors, and Kade actually is the one to grab the microphone, and she's like, I heard what Atsuko was saying. She's looking to make changes if people don't deliver. Well, I'm here to make Lucha X Stone. We're gonna solidify our spot in best ever, and by making sure that people like you, that fluke wins like the ones that you just picked up, get taken care of. So at the pay-per-view, how about we run a rematch? Lucha X Stone versus Wounded Warriors, and we'll show the world that Wounded Warriors are nothing but a couple wounded nerds. That was terrible, Kade. Jesus Christ. That was all your fault, actually. Not my inability to come up with a clean zinger. Following that, we have Eri Sato Romi Yamato teaming with Heart Saito up against Kinye and the Rose Queens. And in 1444, Heart Saito gets the victory, hitting Kinye Mushishiba with a flying tiger knee, picking up the 1444 victory. And then afterwards, the Uprising come out. They come out to mock Heart Saito, essentially. They're like, look, Heart, this seems to happen quite a lot, but now that your tag partner's out, you've really gotten lost amongst Icon Idols, haven't you? They always seem to be doing their own thing. Like, Eri Sato's got her own tag team partner. Yuma and Megumi are always off doing their own thing. Machiko's got the triangle title. Yukiko's right behind her. I mean, you are just, now that Paige Croft is gone, it's really kind of shown that you're really getting abandoned by your friends here, aren't you? And you know what, though? Yukiko, she runs out. Yukiko runs out and she says, no. We're not doing any of this bullshit. Yeah, my tag partner, Machiko Matsuda, she might be dealing with the Triangle Championship, but that doesn't mean I gotta stop everything and abandon everybody else. Icon Idols, we're a group. We're a group of close-knitted friends. No matter how much people like you and the rest of Best Ever and Apex try to say, we are great friends. Even when we're not at our strongest, and then Romi's head kind of turns, but even when we're not at our strongest, we've still got each other's backs. So if you guys want to talk shit, then back it up. Back it up at the pay-per-view. I'll team up with Heart Saito because we're a well-oiled machine. Unlike Best Ever, who always seem to be, fighting to survive under this de facto leader, Atsuko, who even put her in charge. And you're fighting to earn her respect or whatever, and then Selena and Talia are like, oh, you fucked up now. And so, yeah, Heart Saito and Yukiko Matsumura are going to team up against the Uprising. And originally, this was going to be a fun match where it was like, oh, we're building up a feud between the Uprising and Wrestling Passion, and then we'll also throw in Thea Davis and Yukiko Matsumura because their tag partners are fighting for the Triangle title. But Paige Croft, my user character, had to be like, it'd be really funny if I just fucking ripped my abs in half. So, shit happens. 43. Main event time gets a clean 67. Changed the gimmick of Yu Hashimoto. It was getting stale. Great gimmick. Beautiful. No pros, but also no cons, so that's fine. 67, the Quad Squad, they team up once again. Up against Sei Akutagawa. And, it doesn't go too well as Sei pins Hoshiko Tagawa with the Northern Lights bomb, and it finally happens, guys. Tensions boil over, and the Quad Squad blow up, full on yelling and fighting and kicking and screaming, and you fucking suck, no, you two fucking suck, I knew it, you two were always in it to use us to get to the tag titles, and it's, oh yeah, sure, that's what you want, just a lot of fighting. And Sei she's smiling, she's laughing, she's taking the victory lap, like, I told you, both of you were in it for yourselves, you were always using the other person, ha ha ha. And then Rika and Rina, they kind of turn their attention to Sei, and they grab a microphone, and they take turns speaking, but essentially the point they get across is, you know what, no, Sei, shut the fuck up. This would have happened because these two are in it for themselves, but this would have happened if it weren't for you. This would have still happened. You had nothing to do with this, and I'm kind of fucking sick of you constantly coming in, trying to start shit and take credit for being this, master manipulator or whatever. Fuck off. You know what? As much as I want to beat the shit out of these two girls, I also want to beat the shit out of you two girls. Because it seems like your own stables abandoned you. They don't want you in the biggest match in the stable's history so far as they take on this fucking Uprising or whatever that's going on down with Maya and the TermiNation. Who gives a shit? No. I want to take the time to kick both of your team's asses. And Hana and Hoshiko, they're like, you know what? No, you two aren't good for much, but that's a goddamn great point, because I want to take the time to kick both of you guys' ass, all four of your asses at the pay-per-view. And, yeah, Sei is, as much as Rika Rina and Down to the Mat don't want to admit it or can't acknowledge it, Sei Akutagawa has successfully driven a wedge between them, but she's gotten a little more, she's bitten off a little more than she could chew, and there goes our final pre-booking of the pay-per-view, as Monster Ishimura and Sei Akutagawa will team up in a triple threat tag team match against both Down to the Mat and Rika Rina as we finish the show. Clean 63. We're doing great. 39, that's got to be our biggest gate yet, right, for a tour show? I don't remember what that first one did, but goddamn, it wasn't that much higher if it was. Business is booming. If you watch the first few episodes of this save, you would have never expected this. I would have never expected this. But business is booming, and it's only going to go up from here going into the final tour show of the episode. Alright, we are here for the Go Home Tour Day, as I've been booking them as. The most stacked tour day of the tour, it seems. And tonight's not too stacked, actually, but everybody who's worth a damn's here except Yuma. I just didn't have a fucking spot for her, I guess. It wasn't so much I didn't have a spot, it's just, the match was Persian Queens and Team Sub, and since Shiori's gone down, it's kind of seemed like every Icon Idols vs. Best Ever match has been kind of samey, so it's, it's best to just give her another night off, give Atsuko another night off, do some more interesting matches. We got, Maya and the TermiNation taking on the Uprising and Thea Davis in a wink nudge. These three were supposed to team at the pay-per-view match, and also a warm-up for Maya and the TermiNation. Miwako, who is just kind of lost right now. She's, like I've said, she's been burned one too many times with the whole stables thing, and with her best friend Maya now trying to launch a stable herself, and she not wanting any kind of part of stables. She's kind of lost what's going on. Did I double book Thea Davis like a dumbass? I totally did. Oh my god, I totally did, like a complete dumbass. Oh my god, I was probably getting screamed at. Who wants in? Asami? Asami, you got it, girl. My bad. Alright, so yeah, I lied, actually. Maya and the TermiNation are taking on Asami Okubo and the Uprising. But yeah, so Miwako's been lost, kind of, and yeah, she's got nothing going on in the pay-per-view, and she doesn't really seem all that motivated right now. She's just like, she's been beaten down. She lost her title thanks to stables. She got fucking shit on by Shiori thanks to stables. She got shit on by Fuyuko thanks to stables. And, yeah, I don't know. So she's teaming with Thea Davis tonight, who's somebody that openly criticized Maya, so Maya might not be too happy about that. And then in our main event, we have Apex. Apex is, who is it? It's Torment and Sorrow, right? Yeah. Torment and Sorrow and Birds of Prey versus Megumi, Heart, and Eri and Romi as a hype match for, Birds of Prey gets some work in, Megumi gets some work in, Heart gets some works in, and then, of course, Torment and Sorrow tag title match. That'll be a good preview for that. So, yeah, other than that, let's get into the show. We have Luchak Stone getting a win against some Young Lions going into the pay-per-view. And then we also have a 3 versus 3. Akira, Kiyomi Mizuka, and Sayuri Honda team up against Nami Genda and Wounded Warriors. And the young upstart Nami Genda gets another pinfall victory going into her Triangle Championship match. 46 for that. But we kick things off with a... we have the 2v2v2, so this is a 2v2v2 preview match, as former two-time Triangle Champion Sei Akutagawa kinda is in her element here, facing Hoshiko Tagawa and Rina Kasahara, and the Master Manipulator herself splintered the Quad Squad against each other and uses those exploits to take advantage against them here in this Triangle match. and gets the victory in 13:49 after pinning Rina Kazuhara. Following that, we have Maya and the TermiNation getting a victory, going into their 4v4, which they still don't have a fourth person for. I accidentally said 4 way too many times, but it is what it is. And they defeat Asami Okubo and the Uprising. And yeah, so, yep, 66 for that. Following that, we have High Fly Royalty versus Thea Davis and Miwako Katsukawa. And unfortunately, Thea Davis and Miwako have zero chemistry as partners, but they still get the victory here when Miwako pins Yukiko Matsumara. And like I said, Maya might have a couple things to say about Thea teaming with Miwako. She does. And she goes straight up. She's like, Miwako, I took the nice approach the first time. I know you're not too happy with the way 5-star has been overrun, in your words, by stables. But here's the thing. Miwako. Not only does it seem like you've lost all motivation, you've lost all, decency in being a friend, as you're not the only one that's been getting shit on by these stables, by Apex as well. Yeah, you got your title taken, and I still have my title. But here's the thing. I was right next to you when Monster Ishimura and Sayako Tagawa jumped us from behind. And you know what I did? I stood up for myself. I didn't cower in fear. I don't know if it is fear. I don't know what it is with you, why you're so utterly against stables and units to the point where you just can't even back yourself up. You have to win with your pride or whatever. But here's the thing. Nobody wants to be our partner. Everybody's either got their own unit or they don't trust us enough. You're the only person that trusts us enough. You're the only person that hates them as much as we do. You're the only person that would want to go to war with them, but for some reason, once it becomes called a unit, you're against it. So you know what? If you don't show up, then that's fine. But I'm giving you one last chance to make things right and take on Apex in the main event of the pay-per-view. And Miwako, she looks at Maya and she walks off. She hasn't agreed to it. She can't bring herself to do it. Morally, you can kind of see both sides. I don't know if I'm telling the story well. I'm not very good at that. In terms of verbally explaining it, but the story is look, Miwako just kind of she wants to stick to her morals. However, Maya is making more and more sense with fucking, you're gonna get lost if you don't team up with other people. She doesn't want 5-star to be overrun with the units, but it looks like it's gonna happen with or without her. She just can't, bring herself to do it. But 64 rated Angle, and then our main event gets a 75 because Birds of Prey are fucking crazy good. But yeah, Apex picks up another victory. This is another loss for Eri and Romi teaming up, along with Icon Idols, Megumi Nakajima and Heart Saito. And yes, 16 minutes, 14 seconds, Fuyuko pins Heart Saito with the Higa Green Driver. And afterwards, first thing that happens in part 1 is Yu and Maki, they're like, look, we told you, Romi. We told you you're backing the wrong horses. And look, as a team, you two are great. You two are incredible, actually. But look what happens when you team up with Icon Idols, because that's what's going to keep happening. So I can't wait for the reality check to finally hit, and you fall flat at the pay-per-view. And then after they get their words in, Maya and Toku and Unstoppable, they come out, and they look Apex in the eye and they say, it's no secret, getting a fourth member hasn't been the easiest task. In fact, it's been quite fucking impossible. However, as I said to Miwako, if she doesn't show up, that's fine. If nobody shows up, that's fine. Because at the pay-per-view, I don't care if we have the man disadvantage. We're still gonna take it we're gonna take you to the fucking ground. We're gonna fucking kill Apex while it started, no matter how hard it's gonna be. Fuyuko and Jemmy kind of laugh and they say, whatever you want, Maya. Whatever you want. 67 rated Angle to finish the show. 69 on the tour date altogether. 3,700 at the gate. Beautiful. To Hoku, we get some popularity. And yeah, Eric Future says, I've seen the future, and Japan Slam's going to be really fucking great. So let's get into Japan Slam. Alright, we are here for Japan Slam 2022, the big pay-per-view we've got. Let me run down the card for you in chronological order. Opening the show, we have the 5-star Triangle Championship as Michiko Matsuda defends her title against the young upstart Nami Genda. She keeps sneaking victories. No one was expecting this. And Zofia Jankovic, who's finally got her footing in 5SSW and is finally getting a proper championship match here, opening the show. We then have second, and I know it's surprising, but remember from the first tour show, Torment Sorrow said they were going to talk to management to be able to work double duty and ask to move the tag title to near the top of the card, if not the top. And yeah, they allowed it. Torment Sorrow will be defending their tag titles against Eri Sato and Romi Yamato. Still undefeated as a team, but, not so great when teaming with Icon Idols. After that, we have Wounded Warriors taking on Lucha X Stone, in Lucha X Stone getting mad and trying to prove their worth. Following that, we have the 2v2v2. Sei Akutagawa splintered the Quad Squad against each other and got roped into a 2v2v2 match. Then we have the Uprising versus Heart Saito and Yukiko Matsumara. Uprising trying to be like, hey, Heart, kind of getting abandoned, and Yukiko's like, shut the fuck up. Then we have the Persian Queens, who quote-unquote kept getting in the way of Team Sub's plan to win the Tag Grand Prix, and Team Sub finally putting their foot down and trying to take them out before the Grand Prix. And then, of course, our main event, which is not pre-booked because we don't know who's all going to be in it. It is Apex, Birds of Prey, and Torment and Sorrow versus Maya, the TermiNation, and a mystery partner or nobody. We don't know. We'll find out in the main event. Very sports entertainment ass finish, but you know what? I'm sorry. That's what I'm used to booking, and I think it can work in a Joshi promotion. Alright, opening the show, as much as I wanted to give the belt to the young upstart Nami Genda, not only is she not really that great, there's almost everybody on the roster is kind of better than her, she's also not nearly over enough, so Michiko Matsuda does make defense number 3 of the Triangle Championship here tonight by pinning Nami Genda with the run-up Rana. And yeah, really good start to the show. 59 rated segment. And then into the tag title match. I'm gonna take this one a little slower. I'm not gonna press next segment. So the tag title match is kind of weird. Eri Sato and Romi, they kind of have like a weird entrance. I don't know how to explain it. They're like just not nearly as gelled as they've been, especially prior to all the Icon Idols multi-man tags. But they still go into the match. Torment and Sorrow look extremely cocky. And the match starts. It's Yu, Hashimoto, and Eri Sato starting. And, Yu and Maki, they take turns getting the heat on Eri. Romi, she's, come on, tag me in, come on, and then they finally get that hot tag. Romi, she gets right into the ring. She's like, oh, let's go, and then immediately turns around, fucking lays out Eri Sato, turns on her, she turns on Eri Sato, the undefeated team, just out of nowhere, Romi Yamato turns on Eri Sato, and tags herself back out. Torment and Sorrow scoop up Eri, hit the Affliction, and Torment and Sorrow make defense number 5 of the 5SSW Tag Team Championships. The match isn't that great. I knew it wasn't. That's why it's going second. Not just because Torment and Sorrow are doing double duty, but because they're way too over to be doing an 8-minute match. But this was a story match through and through. And then afterwards, once Eri Sato wakes up, Romi grabs the microphone and she's like, you know what? Yu Hashimoto, Maki Yoshifumi, they were right. Icon Idols are a bunch of weak little bitches. And I am not a weak little bitch. I wrestled with your friends. When I wrestled with you, I'll be honest, Eri, we made some magic when we wrestled together. But the second I had to tag with your weak little friends, we lost, and we lost, and we lost, and I'm sick of it. Apex is right. This is the best stable Joshi has to offer, and I will never be caught dead in a group like Icon Idols. And Romi Yamato has officially joined Apex. Shocking turn. I don't know how obvious I made it. I'm not exactly a master of subtlety, but Apex has grown even stronger now with the addition of Romi Yamato. As we go into Wounded Warriors versus Lucha X Stone. Gets a 54, clean 54. Amiko got a really good performance here tonight. However, Lucha X Stone do not do what they set out to do and prove that they are a strong and threat to the tag team and to the company as a whole. They take another loss to Wounded Warriors, and after the match, here comes the boss, Atsuko Ariyoshi, and she comes into the ring and she looks directly at Lucha X Stone, and then she looks at Amiko and she nods her head, and Amiko then clocks Kade Sugiyama right across the jaw, and out from the back comes out Asami Okubo, and they begin to jump Kade Sugiyama until she's laid out, and Atsuko grabs the microphone and she says, "When I cut that promo, the only person I was ever referring to was you, Kade. I'm sick of you costing shit for Amiko. I'm sick to my stomach that somebody like Asami Okubo is left factionless, is left friendless, while you get carried by your coattails by Amiko Miyoshi. Kade, you are gone from this group, and Asami's taken your spot." Boom. Okay. So, I'm sorry if that's kind of weird that there are two big turns back-to-back in terms of stable changes, but here's the thing. Going into this pay-per-view, the only one that was planned was the Romi one. I had that shit planned since Hearts Champion, since before I teamed up Eri and Romi. However, during the stream, Kade Sugiyama announced that she would be leaving 5SSW, and I had to rush together this match that Lucha X Stone were originally not only supposed to win, but were supposed to immediately get granted a tag title shot afterwards at the kickoff show for the tag tournament, for the tag Grand Prix. So not only are they not getting that, but now Kade has been replaced by Asami Okubo. I'm not shitting you. Not only have I not planned for Asami Okubo to be in any faction for a while, if ever, I didn't plan this ahead of time. So Asami Okubo has now turned heel, has joined Best Ever, will probably be teaming with Amiko Miyoshi if they don't have bad chemistry. I don't know if I've tested them, but we'll try it. If so, I really like this team of Asami and Amiko. But yeah, another turn and another stable change, and here's how Best Ever's looking now. Alright, up next we have the 2v2v2, and unsurprisingly, I think, Sei and Monster do pick up the victory in 20 minutes and 10 seconds. There was no order of elimination. Sei pinned Hana Ajibana to get the victory here. And yeah, it was a brutal fight. Down to the mat in Reek Arena, they got all of their anger out on each other. They got all of their anger out on Sei and Monster. And following the match, them getting all their anger out was probably the last thing that Sei Akutagawa could have wanted. Because after letting all their anger out, after essentially hitting the Rage Room, you guys know what a Rage Room is, that place where you go in and you fucking destroy a bunch of shit. If you don't, that's what it is. They got all their anger out. And then once the dust has settled and they realized that Sei and Monster won the match, it's like, damn. what was that thing Miwako said? We're a proven commodity, we're friends, and we're just letting Sei get in our head. Damn, that really is exactly what happened. So they get to their feet, they give each other a big old handshake, a confident, firm fucking dap up. They bow to each other, and then they put their arms around each other's shoulders as they walk to the back. And a tour's worth of work by Sei Akutagawa has been undone unintentionally by herself, as it seems like the Quad Squad have sorted out their differences and reunited. Sorry, I was waiting for my dogs to go crazy. I really thought they'd buy it. I think they're finally asleep now. But yeah, 44 for that match. And up next, we have the Uprising versus Heart Saito and Yukiko Matsumara. And yeah, in a great match, 73 rated match. Unfortunately for Heart, she does take another loss on a pay-per-view, as the Uprising win when Talia Quinzel pins Yukiko Matsumara with the Rising Tide. 73, great rated match. Talia Quinzel was insane tonight. And yeah, following the match, they don't go nearly as hard as they did during that promo that set up this match. But once again, Talia and Selena are like, we cannot process if Yuma Maruya really does have your best interests in mind, Heart. And Heart's like, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. I'm not falling for this. Just go. Just go. And yeah, they take the time to be like, but yeah, Heart seemingly was having none of that tonight. Semi-main, Persian Queens versus Team Sub. Banger, 83 rated match. Speaking of bangers, I gotta take a moment to thank my booking team, Devil Karubi, Thea Davis, and Kade Sugiyama. They've been pretty shit lately in terms of giving me finishes and angles, but tonight, they were on their fucking A-game. They gave me I asked for 2 finishes, they gave me none that were attached to a wrestler, and they were both near certainties. The first one's hit, I don't know if the second one will, but even if it doesn't, I just want to fucking thank them for finally coming through for once. As, in the semi-main, Etsuko Ariyoshi pulls out a fucking 82. Holy shit. I didn't know you had that in you. Cool. However, Yuma Maruya win. In 24-24. Nice. Yuma Maruya does pin Etsuko Ariyoshi with the split-legged moonsault to get the victory. Team Slub, that was not intentional. That was mean. Oh, she benefited. That's probably why. Team Sub are once again another step back in their quest to get a tag title rematch. However, all of that would be null and void if Team Sub can win the Tag Grand Prix, which, might I add, the winners will, of course, receive a tag team title match at the very next pay-per-view. So up next, it's the intros to the main event. Apex, they come out, all 4 of them, Birds and Prey and Torment Sorrow. Torment Sorrow getting extra heat tonight, following that stunt they pulled during the tag title match, making a mockery of the tag titles, I might add. That was a line I had in the promo where Luchak Stone would get a tag title match, but whatever. But Maya comes out, the TermiNation come out, and it's just them. And Maya's looking a little upset, but she's not surprised. Until she is surprised when Miwako, fuck you, 64, use your goddamn words. When Miwaku Katsukawa's music does eventually hit, and she comes out, and she grabs a microphone, and she says, fucking Apex, you guys have been such a thorn in my side since goddamn ever. To the point where you've driven me to the point to get rid of all of the morals I thought I had and make our own unit. Because you know what? We're coming to kill you right now. And then the match starts. They fucking brawl. Miwaka goes right for Higa. Maya goes right for Jemmy. Toku for you. Tai for Maki. It's, they're doing the Dan Severn and the other guy, I don't remember his name, in Pride. The trading blows. And the match is great. It goes Fucking 28 minutes. Creative finish was a success. The match gets an 80 rated segment. Obviously, this wasn't going to be otherworldly great. It's a 4v4. However, in the end, Maya, Miwako Katsukawa, and the TermiNation do pick up the victory here in 28 minutes and 2 seconds when Miwako Katsukawa hits Fuyuko Higa with the Katsukawa bomb to win the match. 80 rated match. And afterwards, Maya, Miwako, Tai, Toku, they all stand tall. And Miwako says, Maya, when I said we're building a faction, I didn't mean just the 4 of us. And then out come Rika Rina and Down to the Mat, the people that Miwako talked sense to in earlier. They come out to the ring and she says, you know, the thing that finally made me realize I was being a fucking greedy or selfish or whatever you want to call me, piece of shit, not wanting to help you out, Maya, was when I talked to these 4 and I said, look, you guys are a proven commodity, unit or no unit, you 4 together are not to be fucked with. You guys are friends, calm down. And then I thought about that last line, you guys are friends. Not even just building a unit, not even just trying to protect 5SSW from people trying to make monopolies, winning all the titles, whatever. Not even just that, just being a friend. Because that's not what I've been to you, Maya. And you know what? Fuck Apex. If Apex are the best that Joshi has to offer, then Joshi should just fucking quit. But that's the thing, they're not. Us, fucking, how many are there? 8? Us 8 are the absolute top of Joshi wrestling. But we're not going to sit here and grandstand and call ourselves the Apex. We're not the Apex. We're not the top. We're not the peak of the mountain, whatever you want to call us. We're fucking crazy. We're chicas locas. Why is it in Spanish? I don't fucking know. I felt like it. It's in Spanish. Return to the booking screen. I'm making it now. I want to make the stable now because I really like the logo I made. Chicas Locas is Miwako Katsukawa's stable. There it is. I love it. I fucking love it. I really love that picture. And then there's their thing. Okay, so we got Miwako, leader. Maya, deputy. Then we have Toku, I think muscle, right? Toku in Unstoppable Tai should be muscle. And then Rika, member. Rina, member. Hana, member. Hoshiko, member. Alright, so here's Chicas Locas. This was what I was waiting for. Very soon, within the next day or so after this stream, I will make a thread on the GDS forums where I will upload, maybe not on the forums, I don't know. I will find a way to upload all 4 of these logos for the community, for anybody that wants to use them in any facet, anywhere. I'm very proud of them. I made them. If you want to use them, go right ahead. I'm not going to stop you. Here's what it looks like close up if you want to look. Alright, cool. So yeah, they formed Chicas Locas. So, alright, last thing, full transparency. As of right now, as of me speaking this, these are the only 4 stables I have planned. Now, thanks to injuries, thanks to weird chemistry events, I might have more. But as of right now, this is all I have planned. Maybe not for the rest of the series, but you know what I mean. Like, storylines I come up with might splinter into new groups. But these are the 4 units I want to build this save off of. If we add more, we add more. But something will really have to go wrong. Like, Higa and Jemmy will both have to break their fucking neck for me to, like, rid of Apex. Or, like, any equivalent of this. Like, Shiori's been out for over, like, 6 months by now, and I've still figured something out. So, honestly, I think right now we should, what if I do air, and then Chieko Kita's like a deputy? How would that, does that look right? No, Etsuko should be above her. So, maybe, okay, Kita should be the heir. And, yeah, okay, this is how we'll have it. This is how I have it now. That's all semantics. But, yeah, that's the show. Creative finishes fucking went hard. The show went hard. All the girls went hard. They're fucking great. This roster's great. This save's great. I'm loving it again. Yeah, Chicas Locas debuts here tonight. Fuyuko Higa, you had an incredible performance. Who else did great? And Tsuko did really well. And who else did well? I didn't look at the last page, so I'll give it to Miwako because she's my favorite. Yeah, make speech, very happy, scene please. We made $19,000, so the fans fucking love that show. Beautiful. We made more record profits last month as well. I forgot to show that. But yeah, I'm gonna let this sim because before I end the episode, I want to show you what I have, like, what schedule I have planned for the Tag Grand Prix. So let's give it a minute or so. Because I have it's not wonky, I added a show that I'm going to have some semi-big matches on, and I want you guys to know about it ahead of time. So, here it is. So, opening the Dynamo tag, I have Selection Sunday. So, essentially what this is going to be is, by the end of this show, in the game world, the full brackets will be announced at the end of the show. And during the show, we will get a bunch of people declaring, quote-unquote, for the tournament. And I just think it'd be like a fun way to start the Tag Grand Prix instead of just getting right into it. And we're also going to have a couple of fun matches pre-booked on there. I should have done a press conference after the show. But, again, those press conferences aren't, like, legally binding. I don't need to do it or else they don't happen. So we'll just say we did press conferences after the show. And, pre-booking. So after the show, for Selection Sunday, this is what we have so far. I might add more in between episodes. But Amiko Miyoshi and Kade Sugiyama will have a singles match to kick off the to kick off the Selection Sunday show. And because Torment Sorrow wanted to make a quote-unquote mockery, yeah, Devil Karubi will still get her line, wanted to make a mockery of the tag titles, they will have to defend their tag titles against Wounded Warriors on Selection Sunday. And yeah, alright, cool. So tag title match on Selection Sunday. I think that's all. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I might pre-book more in between episodes, but if I do, I will explain why they're happening. We had 37,000 viewers. That's awesome. Can you guys stop upgrading your fucking production? It's really annoying. Lol. Alright. Let me see. Make sure nothing crazy is going on. Alright, cool. Yeah, alright. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this edition of 5SSW. I know my promos were at, like, an all-time low again, and certain storylines I personally feel like I didn't get the point across properly, but I hope you still fucked with them, whether or not I did them justice. But yeah, other than that, I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope to see you all back for the Tag Team Grand Prix, the Dynamo Tag Tour, Selection Sunday in episode 11.